안녕하세요. 안녕하세요, 여러분. We're Dan and Joel. Today we want to talk about some of our most embarrassing moments living in Korea, some of the issues that we've had with Korean language, which hopefully help some of you guys who want to learn English too. What do I mean by that? Stay with us and we'll find out a little bit more.
This is just a really embarrassing one. It's quite nuanced, but I came to Korea in 2011. I was having a meal with my ex-girlfriend and her grandfather, right? Okay. Now, culturally, that's a really, really tense kind of moment, and we're sitting on the floor in a restaurant.
Yeah, your young bantari is like,
yeah,
it's like this, isn't it? That's your young bantari. Dan sits on the floor and I'm like, do you want to just try and fold your legs? It's like, I'm trying.
I'm trying.
I'm really going for it right now.
노력하고 있어. 좀 봐주세요. But I obviously couldn't say it at the time. And I used to think that the she particle, which is the honorific particle you put onto a verb,
the she Mario, that kind of the she sasso.
I went to the toilet so many times before that meal, and not just for a week. And you only put this she particle into a verb when you're talking, about someone who you honor. But I used to think you put it in if you're speaking to them, regardless of who you're talking about. Right. So he would say to me, 단 소주 먹어? 소주 마셔? And I said, yeah, 저는 드시겠습니다. 전 드시겠습니다. I was honoring myself. It makes me feel really royal, right?
Yeah.
자주 오시는 편입니다.
Yeah.
How absurd it must have seemed to him, and also to my girlfriend at the time. We broke up.
Not surprised. But honestly, with that she particle, I've literally been in the same situation as you, which kind of leads me on to one of my most embarrassing moments. I was about to pick my girlfriend up from Hongdae. I was like, oh, where should we go for lunch? And I looked down on the floor, there's man on. And my first reaction though is, oh, this must belong to someone. So I'm looking around, whose is this? And there's a guy selling something at a stall very close by.
How old is he?
40, 45, no, he's probably about 65. And he's out there and I'm like, oh, this must be his. So I turned to him and then I just paused. What am I about to say? And I was like, I don't know how to say.
So you wanted to give him the 10,000?
I'm literally like, I couldn't remember the verb for did you drop this? It's basically what went in my head. So I went to pick the man up and I just went like this and I go, oh, 니코요? Or 니코예요? And then I turned to my girlfriend and she just goes, babe! And just hits me and I'm like, what have I done? What have I done? The yo is there, the yo's in place and I'm like, oh my gosh, I used ni. How do I be polite in this moment? And I'm like, maybe I should have said like 하조씨 or like 할아버지. And I'm like, oh, but maybe he's not 할아버지. And I'm like,
if he's 60, right, he's like on the cusp. So it's like, if he's got white hair, you might get away with it. If not, he's going to be like offended.
I kind of in that moment, I was like, I don't know how to speak Korean. But what I was doing was directly translating from English. It's like in that scenario that I've been in, I'll turn to someone and it's like, oh, is this yours? Did you drop this?
And it doesn't sound impolite. Yeah. It doesn't sound impolite in the slightest.
Exactly.
That was so British. Oh, sorry.
Telling me sorry, I pushed a cup. Which is interesting, yeah, because the word you is like I'm talking to you, and it's not impolite in any sense. It's like, it can mean plural, it can mean singular, it can just mean old, young. Really interesting, because you remember that time a guy came up to us and he goes, where from? Do you remember that?
But you knew what he meant, but it also didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. Where are you from? But if you think about it in Korean, it's like 어디, and then location marker particle 에서, like from, 왔어요. 어디에서 왔습니다. 어디에서 왔어. Like, where are you from?
And it could be super polite.
Yeah.
And you 어디서 오셨어요 if you know it's the first time.
Right.
Without, imagine you said, 혹시 너 어디서 오셨어요? That'd be so impolite.
Exactly.
Just by adding the word you. And if you said 당신, it would seem like kind of too intimate or like too like affectionate maybe. That's the real issue of like direct translation though, right?
Yeah.
I used to be to this guy who used to be like a professor at MIT, spoke good English, but obviously I think he'd spoken mostly around Korean people.
Sure.
And we were having a discussion with him while we were filming, and then he was like, it's time to go now. That's the sense we got from him. And he said, I have some promise. And then kind of just like whipped his coat over his shoulder and kind of like sauntered off.
We're like, what, like pinky promise? Or like, what's going on there? Like,
if you said it in Korean, 저 약속 있어서요.
Yeah.
And then it's almost like, oh, I get it. You have a a plan, or you have an appointment, or you have something, basically. I've got something on. But it's just such a direct translation of that word. So you know I've been doing some tutoring, English tutoring.
Yes, yeah.
I noticed that one of the biggest things with like struggling to get natural kind of conversation or kind of context specific is that Koreans often don't have the opportunity to speak to native speakers, and so how can you know what you're supposed to say? How can you not directly translate? I want the student to be able to practice when I'm not there, because she doesn't have much time. She also doesn't have any non-Korean friends. So I've been recommending this app that I came across called Speak app. I think what's really cool about this app is I think it's designed by people who are Korean heritage, but they live in the US.
Right.
And so they understand not only how the language is used in a really natural, like native speaker environment, but also like the issues and the things that Korean people are going to need to learn.
Right. So it's bridged that kind of dual type scenario.
Gives a very context specific way of using language, so that you're not in danger of directly translating, basically. Oh, run into.
Hello there, and welcome to our second phrasal verb course.
Whoa!
My name's Max.
Hi, Max.
And I'm one of the teachers in this phrasal verb course.
Nice.
This is really interesting because it does have like the Korean as well, but it shows kind of what's being said rather than a direct word-for-word translation, which I think is so much more important. In Korea, they use a lot of 부사, 우연히, 오히려, like 맛있게, like a lot of these things. So sometimes Korean people feel like when they speak English, they want to say things like 우연히, for example. So this is like having a look at that, and 우연히 is like by coincidence or coincidentally.
Right.
오늘은 뭐 누구를 우연히 마주쳤다. I coincidentally met, but it sounds like a bit wordy, right?
Right.
It's introducing this expression I ran into or I bumped into.
Oh, that's nice.
So,
I ran into Sally this afternoon.
I ran into Sally this afternoon. Boom. See how quickly it just gets what you're saying?
Yeah, it's good. You chose the American accent.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure it would be fine in your like native Welsh.
Right there. Can you do your London one?
I ran into my high school friend last night.
Wow.
But I think I didn't pronounce high. Probably I went I.
High school.
I.
So that is to kind of practice sentences in a range of different kind of styles. It also gives you direct conversation. 반갑다 친구야. So here he is.
Hey, how was your day? Did you have a good day?
정말 좋은 하루를 보냈어. I had a really good day.
Oh, he says it, sorry. I had a really good day.
Boom! You can change the speed.
What, of how quick the guy's speaking?
Yeah, so that one was 천천히. So maybe you start
with
천천히.
Let's try 빠르게.
빠르게.
Hey, how was your day? Did you have a good day?
I had a really good day. Hey, did it.
But what's really nice about this, like that I'm just kind of observing, is you've got that way of learning where you can, hey, how was your day? And it sounds a bit like almost robotic, but you have this, okay, I'm gonna practice that. I had a good day. You know, these kind of like natural ways of saying it. But what's really cool about this is you can take it up to like 보통 and then like 빠르게. And it's like, hey, how's your day? In every language you have that. It's not necessarily like a lazy way of speaking.
No.
It's like the most natural way.
Right. But what's cool about this is they say it correctly, but it's like having a friend who knows your level's not that high, and they'll start off speaking a bit more slowly, and as you improve, they start to speak more quickly. My student sees her level as lower than it is. One of the reasons for that is she doesn't get conversation. An app like this, or me teaching her, will show her that there's a lot of little things that you can learn, little expressions, and getting used to saying things like, I bumped into, I had a chat with, rather than like, 대화를 나눴습니다, I exchanged conversation with. Did you get what I mean? It's like,
yeah, that's really good.
Well, I just kind of wanted to show you a bit of that, and also to use it as a bit of an encouragement to people.
Yeah. That's cool, man. I just remembered when I first came to Korea and I had no idea how to speak Korean.
You really didn't, right?
Yeah.
We came to Korea the first time together.
Yeah.
December 2011.
Gosh, that was a long time ago.
You had like no grammar, but you'd learned some like random words from Josh, right?
Josh would just teach me like 먹자, 가자, you know, like very panmal type related scenarios. And so yeah, we went to Korea. We met you in a restaurant.
Little chumak.
Yeah. We said goodbye to you. I was on my way out. the 사장님 was really nice. I just remember her being really nice and having no idea what was going on. And she's like, oh,
Again, what age are we talking?
About 65, kind of,
This
old.
is the classic Joel. There's always these old people.
I got no idea. I'm way too friendly. And I was like, oh, I know how to say thank you in Korean, so I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna freaking go for it. I'm walking out, and I'm like, thumb up, 고마워.
Yes!
And then your face, you were just like that, and Josh was like, kind of awkward laugh took me out, and he was like, Kamara is for like friends. I was like, well, why can't I be friends with her?
Do you ever have an experience that's so embarrassing when you think about it again, you're like, ooh, you get this like,
yeah, I mean, like most nights, like wake up and I think, Nikoyo. And then I just see like G's face, and she's like
shivering.
She's like,
This was so long ago. This is also in 2013 actually. I was quite lonely at the time. My girlfriend and I had broken up, didn't have that many friends, and I used to go to the football pitches, right? And then one night, I was kicking the ball outside my house at like 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
And this guy comes past and starts kicking the ball with me, and he's quite drunk. And then he's like, you want to be professional? So I was like, yeah, I'd love to be. In English, and he's like, you want to train professional? I was like, I'd love to. And he basically said, come and train with us. I didn't go and train with him then, it was the next day. He was friends with the PE department of Korea University.
Okay.
And their football team used to go and play in these games. And I went and trained with them, and they asked me to be part of the team. So I was playing football for the Korea University PE department, which is 체육 교육과. And so they said, we're having our end of season meal, right? So I thought it was going to be like, 15 guys. But actually what it turned out to be was the whole physical education department end of year meal, and it turned into like 50, 60 people booking out this whole restaurant. For some reason I was sitting at like the top table. One guy would constantly speak 사투리 to me, 밥 and like I just didn't understand how to respond, and they were like, you got to serve him first because he's older, and I was trying to run around the table pouring a beer, and I was all like stressed, and I couldn't understand what was going on. But fortunately a lot of them were really nice, would speak English to me, which is great. They had good English. Whew. And then one of them came up to me and goes, have you prepared your speech? I was like, what speech are you talking about? I have no idea what situation, like what speech, is this for another occasion or for now? He said, no, in this environment, you're new, you'd be expected to do a speech, right? It was also a sitting on the floor restaurant again. It's always me sitting on the floor in the restaurant, so I'm ready, my feet are above my head, and now I have to do a speech, I can't even stand up. And suddenly, they did a couple of the captain did like a well done everyone, he's a good player by the way. And 이재성인가? And they said, right, we've got this new member, Dan. And it's really difficult when someone's asking you to do a speech and you don't even know they're asking you to do a speech because they're doing it in Korean. But I just heard my name, so I stood up. And they had a mic and everything. I was like, okay, I'll do my best. So got up and I said, 네, 여러분 초대로 오늘 왔는데 이 자리를 이 잔치를 같이 함께 하게 돼서 정말 감사히 생각하고 이번 시즌 고려대 제육교육과하고 같이 축구 경기 하게 돼서 너무나 좋았습니다. And halfway through the end of what I was saying, everyone burst out laughing. Why are they laughing?
Right, you didn't get it.
Have I just... So I just did that really what's the word, timid, 소심한 kind of thing where I was just like, it was like, if they're laughing, if I laugh a little bit, that's probably appropriate. And then I said, 여러분 감사합니다. And then I sat down, and the guy who spoke English came up to me and he said, good speech. And I was still like, why is everyone saying good speech and then laughing? And then I said to him, what just happened? And he goes, oh, because you said 체육 instead of 체육. Now it's very clear the difference to me. Back then I was like, it's the same word. He goes, no, one of them is physical education and the other one is spicy pork. So you just said, I've really enjoyed being part of the spicy pork education department football team. Thank you so much. Everyone thought I was doing it on purpose. I'd made a pun.
There you go.
A horse joke.
Very good.
Oh man, those moments, seriously.
There's obviously when you're learning a language, there's just so many opportunities to feel that.
Yes, yeah.
But I think that's when you always look back and you laugh. Those things are just funny in hindsight, always. So yeah, I guess as we've shared some of our embarrassing stories, we want obviously to encourage you guys a lot. That as you see us on our journey to learn Korean, that will encourage you guys to learn English. Those who want to, at least. We hope that watching our videos will help that.
Don't worry if there are people laughing. Don't worry if you feel like you're not being understood. And if you get a chance, keep trying to use the Speak app because I find it super helpful for my student. No one's perfect at a language, even the native speakers.
Literally. So yeah, guys, fighting. 힘내. 사랑해.
Fighting.
그리고 다음에 봅시다.
가요. Love you guys. Cheers, beaut.
나서만.